ancestry is incredibly rich. Remember the Donner Party? That's my great-great-grandfather, Carl. He never went hungry. I'm proud of my family's roots, so I decided to take a DNA test. The results were fascinating. Turns out I'm 40.8% British and Irish, 9% Iberian, 2% Native American, and 20% Minotaur, and 20% giant sequoia. Yeah, one of my granddads had a thing for trees. I'm also 30% centaur, which explains why it's hard to get genes that fit. There's also a bit of sea serpent in there, about 90%. At this point, I know what you're thinking. That adds up to more than 100%. Well, it's 212.3% to be exact. How can that be? Well, I'll tell you. It's because I am Zlarg, the gargantuan devil beast that feasts on the souls of the dead. I am a being of infinite manifestations, fueled by a hell-bent thirst for human suffering. Bow before me, or bear the wrath of my endless mutilations as I tear at the flesh of your naked, cowering loved ones. Gutfeld 2020, paid for by the committee to elect Zlarg.
Don't applaud. Don't applaud that monstrosity. That was really unexpected. So anyway, the other idiot this week, the litigating lollipop Michael Avenatti. The dome dope had been using various victims to attract the spotlight for himself, but when he finally finds the spotlight, this happens. This week, the judge ruled in favor of Donald Trump in Stormy's defamation case against him and ordered that she pay Trump's legal fees. This was the judge's way of telling Stormy that her lawyer is giving lawyers a bad name. Think about that. She's a porn star, and her lawyer's so bad, suddenly her career looks respectable. She used to get paid to screw people. Avenatti just screwed her, and she has to pay him. He is to lawyers what Liz Warren is to Indians, an embarrassment. So it's really been a week of backfiring. Everything blew up in their faces. The DNA test exposes Warren as 0.0 Indian. The judge exposes Avenatti as 100% bozo. Meanwhile, the U.S. regains its spot as the #1 competitive economy in the world, and U.S. job openings hit a record 7.1 million, exceeding the number of unemployed Americans. Pretty soon, you're going to need a DNA test to prove you're an unemployed American. That's pretty good for Trump, but it may not be good enough for Liz Warren and Avenatti. There may be 7 million job openings, but we still have at least 2 more idiots than we need. Yes. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's the prescription for your affliction. Host of the radio show Dr. Drew Midday Live, Dr. Drew Pinsky. He split more sides than a butcher on meth. Comedian Jimmy Fallon. I'm not used to that jacket. She's the pinnacle of cynical. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And he always has his head in the clouds, literally. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. Dr. Drew, you're a doctor. What did Senator Warren accidentally do to herself this week?
Other than shoot herself in the foot?
Yes.
You know, I found on my radio program, I had a number of Native Americans call us and say each tribe determined its own criteria for heritage, right? Mm-hmm. And it's usually between 1/8 and 1/16. But for Cherokee particularly, you have to register with the Indian Affairs Department, and you have to be able to show your heritage back to a given individual in order to call yourself Cherokee. And they were deeply offended by this. Mm-hmm. Deeply offended. Talk about, as you say, appropriation. It was the ultimate appropriation.
Yeah, she tried to steal their identity. It's, Jimmy, it's an outrage.
Yes, not as outrageous as this jacket.
I know, I'm trying to think, did you buy that at Chess King or Merry-Go-Round?
This is my oldest guy in the boy band look.
Okay.
Like, I look like the guy they won't fire because I can buy them beer after the show.
Yes.
What do you call the boots?
They do come in men's, if you're wondering. But
Carrie Shepard would love those.
I know, she'd be a fan. I actually do think she disqualified herself.
Right.
The reason I say that is not because of anything Trump's going to do, but because of what her own party is going to do in the primaries. Nobody's tougher on you when you screw up than your friends. You know what I mean? So, oh, like the time you said you were a Native American, like she's never going to live this down for the rest of her life.
And then you know who's going to go after her? I mean, Joe Biden must be he must be pleased as punch. Kamala Harris.
Oh, thrilled.
Cory Booker.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gone. I don't think there's any way she can come back.
And you want to know why she should go away? It's not because she lied. It's because she outed herself as dumb.
Yeah.
Anyone who thought this was acceptable proof based on the results,
let her do
this
that.
is like telling someone you have a really hot girlfriend, but the only picture in your wallet is clearly from a magazine ad.
Hey, you know what? I only did that once. Kat, for your birthday, you are going to be showing up in a coffin.
Yeah.
So you are appropriating the lifestyle of the dead. You're as bad as she is.
Well, I think she's
I'm dead on the
she's good.
I'm dead on the inside.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So this story, I mean, I was sitting around my apartment earlier this week. Shocking, I know. And I was thinking, the only friend that I have that lives close to me anywhere in this city is a cat.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Like, I wake up, there's the cat.
Right.
You know? During the day, there's the cat. I go to bed, there's the cat.
Cat feels the same way.
So if Liz Warren is 1,024th Native American, I've got to be at least 1,024th cat.
Yes, that's true.
Just your name alone makes you that.
Based on the time that I spend around the cat. And if you don't think that cat-human culture is a thing, it is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
We walk around with clothes covered in it, like people don't notice.
No, I notice.
We buy frozen meals for one.
Yes.
We own wine stoppers.
Yes.
But, like, who are we kidding?
I know, that's true. That's true. Wishful thinking. Tyrus, where do we go with this?
I'll be honest with you. I checked out when the green dude showed up. You have lost your damn mind.
Zlarg? Are you talking about Zlarg?
Larg, yeah. That was. Just damn, man. Like, what the hell? Like, don't start eating people, because I can't handle that. Don't Dahmer on me.
I can safely say I probably didn't write that sober.
Yeah. Listen, these are these days that I'm so happy I didn't have grandparents. Because it was her lying-ass grandparents who got her in this mess. Especially, everyone's got your great-grandfather was Cherokee, was a chief Cherokee Indian. How many people have heard that damn lying-ass story in their childhood? Like, everybody says the same thing. And just one. I don't know how white people are. It can only be one.
Yes.
More than two, you're out the game. But there's always that one. And she believed Papa or whatever weird nickname she had for Grandpa who told her that drunk-ass lying story. So much so that I'm pretty sure her team was like, this is not a good idea. No. My grandfather told me it is true.
Yes.
And now we have to deal with, not only is she not Native American, which I kind of think she already really knew.
Yeah.
Because no one ever, like, made jokes. There was no teases going on or anything like that.
Right.
But now she has to face the President of the United States of America.
Yes.
Every time they're in the hallway, he's going to be like, hey, stop. Ow. Like, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, whoever let her put that up must be the same person let you put the Zlarg video up.
No.
You know what is amazing, though? It's Saturday night, and right now she's home shocked that she didn't win the Mega Millions because she thinks 1 in 302 million is good chance.
Well, let's end on that great joke. Up next, what freaked out the media this week? As usual, everything, but we'll pare it down to a 5-minute segment. That's next. Joe, Mika, Matthews, Lemon, Cuomo. They aren't just the names of my superfluous nipples, Doctor.
Supernumerary, they're called.
Oh, really? Gee, thanks for correcting me. They're also the usual media suspects who predictably played all the ears. Never failed. Jimmy, do you think the media can keep up this pace of eternal outrage for 4 more years? I mean, what could... this is definitely unhealthy for them.
There's two things they don't get about Trump. One is he's gotten so synonymous with insulting people that people almost want to be insulted now. It's like if Weird Al Yankovic parodies your song. That's how you know you've arrived. People are like, do me, do me, do me. But I think that's part of it. But with the Joe and Mika thing, and this is what I think anyone can relate to this. If you ever had a friend tell you about a coworker who's crazy, but the more your friend talks, the more you realize the coworker's perfectly normal and they are bat-ass insane. That's who they are.
That is so true. Because then you meet the friend's okay, and you go, the person
guy.
you've been listening to is nuts.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. You know, Dr. Drew.
I'm just saying I like me some crazy. I'm falling in love with Mika. That's
Really?
all. I just think she's the best. And she taught me a new word, too. I've been preoccupied with this word all day.
Quisling?
Quisling. So it turns out it comes from the World War II comrade from Norway who was, at the time, thought to be the smartest man the Norwegian military had ever produced.
Really?
He knew everything. And he made a bad bet. He decided to get in bed with Hitler and make a deal with them.
Whoa,
and
bad bet.
Bad bet. And it became, after things didn't work out, Quisling became synonymous with traitor. But really, he's a hubristic intellectual.
Oh, wow.
And so to really be a Quisling, you have to be just like my love Mika. You be just like her. So really, as so much of what's going on in the world today, people are seeing projections of themselves and it's their own stuff they're reacting against and then calling it out on the other side. That's a way of managing unregulated aggression that people, it's an unhealthy way to do it. But thank you, Mika, for the Quisling. I love that word.
That's great. We learned a new word, and we learned a lot about Dr. Drew in the process. Tyrus, do you have any advice for the media on how to understand Trump?
You got to roast him better.
Yeah.
You got to have, if I was to pick a fight with him or pick an argument with him, I would only do it if I had a book or something coming out. Not yet, so I got to wait. But like, you got to play his game better than him. And it's not personal.
Yeah.
See, when you roast somebody, you pick on somebody, it's all in fun.
Yeah.
Like, he called homegirl horseface.
Yeah.
I had tears in my eyes from my heart. I was crying so hard because, like, it's such a bad burn. Like, if anybody else said horseface, she'd be like, grow up, jackass. You know what I'm saying? But because he said it, we're like, oh, he called her horseface. And I was, you know, I'm sorry, hashtag not me. But, like, we were all laughing. And then you think about it, like, if you break it down a little bit, she did talk about his, you know.
Yeah, she talked about his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's cold-blooded.
She put the Mario Kart before the horse.
Yes.
But it's not a great diss.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if you were in the park and like you and this guy are going back, hey, Bigfoot, shut up, horse face. Your boy's like, damn! Oh! And everyone starts running around and like dunking on him. It was literally a horror, but it's like, did he just say that? And it's hilarious, and I love it. So, and let's be real. Remember, kids, a horse is a horn away from being a unicorn. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Kat, you're negative all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think the media will ever get tired of Trump? I mean, they need Trump now because they make him feel so awful.
See, I'm not going to lie to you, Greg.
No.
I have had a meltdown or two before.
Yes.
I am a passionate person and I live a passionate life.
That's true.
Yes.
I believe I've seen one, too.
Yeah, Dr. Drew is the one who gets all the phone calls during every single one of my meltdowns and the text messages and the flurry of text messages. Stream of conscious text messages, emotional tapas, a little bit of everything. But the difference between my meltdown and the meltdowns that the left are having is that I am not proud of myself when I have them.
Yes.
I look at that cat and I say, I don't really like that cat that much. What's she doing? But the people on the left who are having the meltdowns, they think that that makes them some kind of hero for having these meltdowns. And I have to tell you, if having a meltdown makes you a hero, then I recently saw a toddler who wanted juice, who really deserves a Purple Heart.
Yeah, there you go. All right. On that note, coming up, the midterm elections. I haven't been this excited since this morning when I found a Nilla wafer under my bed. It was delicious, Doc. And don't forget, I'll be doing 2 live shows in December called the Gutfeld Monologues Live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and San Antonio, Texas. The tickets are selling out. Go there immediately. Plus a special guest, Tom Shalhoub. Don't wait. Get your tickets now. Go to
Violence could break out. President Trump has threatened to call out the military should the migrants reach the U.S.-Mexican border. President Trump is joining European leaders in demanding more answers about the death of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi officials claim the dissident columnist died in a fight in their consulate in Istanbul, Turkey. Initially, Mr. Trump said the kingdom's explanation was a good first step. Now he says their story is, quote, all over the place. Turkey wants a further investigation. I'm John Scott. I'll see you in a half an hour on the Fox Report. Now, back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
That Taylor Swift. But enough about my speedy garment maker. Mercy clapping! Mercy clapping! I'll take it anyway. The singer endorsed another Democrat this week, Congressman Jim Cooper. I don't care. Earlier this month, she endorsed another Democrat. I still don't care. Meanwhile, Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke trying to unseat Senator Ted Cruz. He's raised millions. The media's been calling him Kennedy-esque. He sure drives like one. Speaking of Texas, someone really hates Cruz.
I would watch. Be careful. You know, I have bought 100 of these. I'm about to put more out.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll feel better about this.
I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz. I hate that Cruz.
I've been outglarged. I think I found my Halloween costume. Oh, my goodness. So as we count down to the midterms, let's turn to our countdown correspondent, Hourglass Joe. Hourglass Joe, how much time left until Election Day in November?
700 billion grains of sand, Greg. 700 billion grains until Election Day.
How can you be sure of that?
I counted them, Greg.
7 billion grains of sand. Can you convert that into a measurement that we can actually understand?
A little more than 2 weeks.
So wouldn't it just be easier for you to say that?
You're probably right. This was a dumb idea, Greg.
It's okay, Joe. So if that's how far we are from November, how far are we from the 2020 elections?
Oh, that would be about 7.5 trillion grains of sand to the third power.
Actually, Hourglass Joe, it's 745 days. Why can't you just say that?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I really wasted my life. Why did I count all this sand? I could have had a family, a wife, and kids. A real life.
Joe, what's that in your hand?
It's a scorpion, Greg. The deadliest venom on Earth. It could kill 10 men. And I'm going to eat it. My time is up.
I guess we lost Hourglass Joe.
Oh, my God.
I don't know what's happening to these segments, but they're going in a dark, dark direction.
Well, I felt a little bit better because the $700 billion was just slightly more than what we're spending in California for a fast